Have you ever wondered if you might be pushing people away without realizing it? Could there be everyday habits no one dares to mention, yet everyone notices? And what if these small blind spots are quietly shaping how others see you? As we grow older, routines become second nature. But some of these habits can unintentionally affect how family, friends, and even strangers perceive us. In this video, we'll uncover 12 subtle behaviors that can dim your dignity and create distance, often without you knowing. Watch until the end, because these insights, along with practical steps, can help you make small changes that restore your confidence, strengthen your relationships, and allow you to carry yourself with the grace and respect you've earned. Before we begin, I'd appreciate it if you liked this video. It helps me share these important lessons. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you do so and turn on the bell so you never miss a new video. If you enjoy this content, comment 1. If not, comment 0 so I can improve future videos for you. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Neglecting personal hygiene. One of the most subtle yet powerful signals of how we see ourselves is personal hygiene, or the lack of it. It's often the first thing others notice, though few will ever say it out loud. The signs are hard to miss. Clothes worn for days, stained or wrinkled, hair that's greasy, tangled, or unbrushed, fingernails grown too long, perhaps with dirt underneath, or a lingering body odor. Odor that lingers like an unwelcome shadow. These small details, though they may seem minor, carry significant weight. Personal hygiene is more than just cleanliness. It reflects how you present yourself to the world and, in turn, how you value yourself. When we're young, hygiene often feels effortless, driven by social expectations or personal pride. But as we age, energy can wane, routines slip, and for some, a quiet resignation sets in. A sense of why bother. While this shift may feel insignificant to you, to others it can be striking. Friends, family, or colleagues might never say anything directly, especially younger relatives who fear causing embarrassment. Instead, they respond in subtle ways, sitting a bit farther away, ending visits sooner, or hesitating before offering a hug. This isn't about superficial beauty or vanity. It's about self-respect. Neglecting hygiene sends the quiet message that you've stopped investing in yourself, and it can unconsciously influence how others interact with you. People may withdraw, not out of less love, but because your self-presentation feels like you've given up. Conversely, simple acts, a freshly laundered shirt, neatly combed hair, trimmed nails, a clean scent, project vitality and dignity. They say to the world, "I'm still here, I still matter, I respect myself and those around me." Hygiene becomes a silent yet powerful invitation for others to connect with warmth and respect. It's a cornerstone in how your presence shapes relationships. If you're still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, comment 1 below to let me know you're here with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Number 2. Speaking without a filter. As we grow older, the internal editor that once whispered, "Maybe don't say that," can fade. For some, this feels like freedom, the hard-earned right to speak candidly after decades of restraint. You might even say, "I'm just being honest," or "I've lived long enough to say what I think." While this unfiltered approach can feel liberating, it often lands differently with others, creating discomfort or tension. There's a fine line between honesty and tact, and crossing it can strain relationships. You might notice subtle reactions, uneasy pauses, averted eyes, fidgeting. Signs your truth may feel more like criticism. Perhaps you've commented on someone's appearance, their parenting, or their life choices, brushing off any pushback with, "I'm just telling it like it is," or "People are too sensitive these days." But honesty without empathy often comes across as judgment. Those on the receiving end may not voice their hurt. Instead, they quietly step back. Invitations become fewer, calls grow shorter, and conversations stay on the surface, a way to protect themselves from what feels like disapproval, even if that wasn't your intent. The key is to pause before speaking and ask, is this helpful? Is this kind? What feels like speaking your truth might actually be releasing personal frustration, landing heavier than you realize. A good test is to imagine someone saying the same words to your child or grandchild. If the thought makes you uncomfortable, it's worth rethinking. Aging brings wisdom, and when that wisdom is delivered with compassion, it becomes magnetic. People lean in, eager to hear your perspective, because your words build connection rather than division. By choosing kindness, you use your voice to strengthen bonds and earn lasting respect. Number 3, wearing clothes that don't fit anymore. There's comfort in familiarity. Savoring the same breakfast each morning, walking a well-worn path, or wearing clothes that have been staples for years. But when it comes to clothing, holding on too tightly to the familiar can send the wrong message. Pants that sag or bunch, shirts that strain at the seams or hang too tightly, shoes worn thin, or styles stuck in a bygone era. These choices speak louder than you may realize. People might not say anything, but they notice, and it shapes how they see you. This isn't about chasing fleeting trends or dressing decades younger. It's about showing respect for who you are now. Clothing that fits well, is clean, and looks intentional reflects self-awareness and pride. It signals that you're still engaged with the world and invested in how you move through it. When others see an older adult in a crisp sweater that flatters their frame or polished shoes, they feel a quiet admiration. It's not about price or brand, it's about effort. A small upgrade, like swapping outdated slacks for a modern tailored pair, or choosing a shirt in a color that brightens your complexion, can change how others respond. They see someone present, confident, and worthy of respect, not because of the fabric, but because of the intention behind it. If you're still watching this video and finding these lessons helpful, comment 2 below to let me know you're here with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Number 4, interrupting or dominating conversations. With age comes a wealth of experience, and the urge to share it is natural. You've lived through decades of lessons, triumphs, and challenges, and you want to be heard. But in that eagerness, it's easy to overlook the space others need to speak. You might interrupt to share a story, offer unsolicited advice, or steer the discussion toward your perspective, only to realize later you've spoken for minutes without pause. While well-intentioned, this habit can stifle conversation and leave others feeling unheard. When people feel unheard, they rarely say it outright. Instead, they quietly pull back, reaching out less often, keeping conversations brief, or hesitating to share their thoughts. This is especially true with younger adults or grandchildren, who may already feel a generational gap. When discussions feel one-sided, they disengage, not out of disrespect, but because they crave genuine, mutual exchange. The solution is simple yet powerful. Listen more than you speak. Ask open-ended questions, allow moments of silence, and resist the urge to fill every pause with your own stories or advice. When you create space for others to share, they feel valued and understood. Trust deepens. The less you dominate the conversation, the more others will seek your perspective, especially younger generations, who will gravitate toward you when they know you're truly listening. By balancing sharing with curiosity, you become a bridge across generations, fostering rich, reciprocal, and lasting conversations. Number 5, complaining about kids these days. It often starts with a small observation, a teenager glued to their phone, unaware of the world around them, or a young adult making a choice you find puzzling. These moments, though minor, can grow into a habit of openly criticizing kids these days. The remarks might slip out over dinner, during coffee with friends, or even in passing to strangers. But when criticism of younger generations becomes routine, it sends a negative message. It suggests you're not truly interested in understanding their perspectives or challenges. It implies you're anchored to a world that no longer exists. This pattern isn't unique to today. Every generation has looked at the one after them and felt something was missing, whether it was work ethic, respect, or resilience. Yet, when judgment becomes the default lens, it stops being an observation and turns into a barrier. To younger people, it can feel like rejection. When younger people sense their experiences will be met with judgment rather than curiosity, they often pull back. They may stop sharing their thoughts or seeking your advice, creating distance instead of connection. The solution is to shift from criticism to genuine inquiry. Instead of saying, "These kids today have it so easy," try asking, "What's it like navigating the world you're growing up in?" That simple change opens the door to real dialogue. It shows younger generations that you value their perspectives and are willing to listen, even if their world feels unfamiliar. True influence doesn't come from proclaiming the superiority of the past, but from becoming a bridge between generations. When you approach with respect and openness, they're far more likely to engage authentically. They'll seek your guidance, not out of obligation, but because they genuinely want to connect. That's the kind of impact that lasts. And it begins with letting go of the need to always be right about the past. Number 7. Oversharing medical problems. Aging inevitably brings health challenges, and it's natural to want to share your experiences. But when most conversations focus on medical issues, every ache, every appointment, every new prescription, it can drain the energy of those around you. Friends, family, and even casual acquaintances may feel as though they're stuck in a waiting room instead of having a meaningful exchange. This is especially true for younger family members who may feel overwhelmed, helpless, or unsure how to respond. Over time, they might withdraw, not from lack of care, but from quiet emotional exhaustion. This doesn't mean hiding your struggles or pretending everything is fine. You deserve empathy and support. The key is to choose your moments, your audience, and your balance carefully. Share updates about your health when it feels appropriate, but make a conscious effort to widen the conversation. Ask others about their lives, what's exciting them, challenging them, or making them laugh. Share moments that brighten the mood. The book you couldn't put down, the quirky thing your neighbor is doing in the garden, or the curious bird that stopped by your feeder. Your life is so much more than medical charts or diagnoses. By focusing on what sparks joy or curiosity, you become someone who lifts others up instead of unintentionally weighing them down. You create space for genuine, two-way connection where people feel seen and valued. In doing so, you build relationships that are vibrant and lasting, shaped not by obligation, but by mutual care and shared lighthearted moments. If you're still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, comment 3 below so I know you're here with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Number 8. Being stubborn about outdated beliefs. As the years pass, aging naturally brings subtle yet significant changes to our physical and cognitive abilities. Movements may slow, reaction times may be less sharp, and our awareness of the space around us can fade. These changes often show up in small, everyday situations that still have a noticeable effect on those around us. Imagine pausing absent-mindedly in the middle of a busy grocery store aisle, unaware of the shoppers trying to navigate around you, or perhaps you. Stopping suddenly in a crowded walkway can cause others to swerve or halt abruptly. You might even drift into the path of oncoming pedestrians, creating a ripple of disruption. These actions, though unintentional, create friction in shared spaces as others adjust their movements to accommodate you. Most people won't confront you directly. Instead, their frustration shows in small ways: a quiet sigh, a quick sidestep, or choosing to avoid you in the future. Over time, these moments can erode the ease of social interactions, leading to a sense of disconnection in public spaces. The solution lies in developing spatial mindfulness, moving with intention and awareness. Slowing down is natural and often necessary as we age, but it doesn't have to come at the expense of others' comfort. Adopting simple habits, such as keeping to one side of the sidewalk, pausing in less busy areas, or occasionally scanning your surroundings to gauge the flow of foot traffic, helps you navigate shared spaces with grace. This mindful approach shows you're aware of the collective rhythm, ensuring your presence adds to, rather than disrupts, the environment. Beyond practicality, this small act of courtesy signals deeper thoughtfulness. It tells others you remain engaged with the world, fostering harmony in public interactions and reinforcing your role as a considerate, connected member of the community. By maintaining spatial awareness, you not only preserve your dignity, but also foster an atmosphere of mutual respect, making shared spaces more pleasant and welcoming for everyone. Number 9. Walking or moving without awareness of space. As we age, subtle yet significant changes in our physical and cognitive abilities often appear. Movements may slow, reaction times may dull, and our awareness of the space around us can fade. These shifts can show up in everyday situations, and while they may seem minor, they can have a real impact on those around us. Picture pausing absent-mindedly in the middle of a busy grocery store aisle, unaware of the shoppers trying to get by, or stopping suddenly in a crowded walkway, forcing others to swerve or halt abruptly. You might even drift into the path of oncoming pedestrians, creating a ripple of disruption. Though unintentional, such actions create friction in shared spaces as others are forced to adjust to your movements. Most people won't say anything directly. Instead, their frustration appears in small ways. A quiet sigh, a quick sidestep, or choosing to avoid you in the future. Over time, these moments can chip away at the ease of social interactions, creating disconnection in public spaces. The key is cultivating spatial mindfulness, moving with both intention and awareness. Slowing down is natural, even necessary, as we age, but it doesn't have to come at the expense of others. Simple habits like keeping to one side of the sidewalk, pausing in less crowded areas, or scanning your surroundings to gauge the flow of traffic, allow you to move gracefully through shared spaces. This not only maintains harmony, but shows you're engaged with the world, signaling thoughtfulness and respect for those around you. Thoughtfulness, signaling to others that you remain engaged with the world around you. In doing so, you foster harmony in public interactions and reinforce your role as a considerate, connected member of the community. By prioritizing spatial awareness, you not only preserve your dignity, but also create an atmosphere of mutual respect, making shared spaces more comfortable for everyone. Number 10. Making jokes that don't age well. Humor is deeply personal, often shaped by the cultural and social environment of our younger years. Jokes that once brought hearty laughter among friends or family may now fall flat, or worse, cause discomfort in today's more sensitive and inclusive world. Sarcastic remarks, playful teasing, or humor rooted in stereotypes might feel harmless to you, carrying the nostalgia of a time when such comments were common. However, in an era where younger generations place high value on empathy, respect, and cultural sensitivity, these jokes can seem outdated, insensitive, or even exclusionary. The reaction is often subtle, a forced smile, a polite chuckle, or a quick change of subject. But the effect is clear. People may distance themselves, avoiding deeper conversations to escape the discomfort of mismatched humor. Over time, this can weaken relationships, leaving interactions shallow and guarded. Adapting your sense of humor doesn't mean erasing your personality or losing your spark. It's about refining your approach to align with modern values while staying true to your voice. Before sharing a joke, pause and ask, does it connect and uplift, or does it lean on stereotypes or put-downs that might alienate? Lean toward humor that's inclusive, self-deprecating stories that show humility, witty takes on universal quirks, or lighthearted banter that invites everyone in on the laugh. This shift requires a willingness to listen and adapt, staying aware of the social climate while keeping your humor warm and welcoming, shifting cultural landscape and the perspectives of those around you. In doing so, you show not only emotional intelligence but also a willingness to grow, qualities that make you approachable and relatable. A thoughtful, updated sense of humor becomes a bridge to genuine connection, ensuring your wit remains a source of joy rather than a barrier. In the end, the ability to laugh with others across generations reflects timeless wisdom, keeping you engaged and valued in any social circle. Number 11. Acting helpless when you're not. As we age, it's normal to face moments where tasks feel more challenging, whether from physical changes, unfamiliar technology, or the fear of making mistakes. But there's a big difference between truly needing help and habitually leaning on others for things you can still do yourself. Saying, "Can you just do this for me?" Or, "I don't know how any of this works." For manageable challenges like using a smartphone, carrying a light bag, or adjusting a household device can unintentionally place extra strain on those around you. Family members may start to feel like caretakers instead of companions, and friends might grow weary of always stepping in. Often, this habit comes from deeper insecurities, the fear of looking foolish, anxiety about failure, or discomfort with a rapidly changing world. Yet over time, defaulting to helplessness can erode independence and strain relationships, as others may see it as a lack of effort. The solution lies in embracing effort as a form of empowerment. People admire persistence far more than perfection. Taking on small, manageable tasks, whether learning a new app, carrying your own belongings, or mastering a household chore, strengthens your confidence and shows others you're still capable and engaged. Confidence grows when you keep trying, even if the process involves trial and error. The act of making the effort shows resilience and determination, qualities that earn respect and admiration. When you do need help, approach it with clarity and gratitude, making sure your requests are specific and considerate of others' time and energy. This balance preserves mutual respect in relationships, preventing loved ones from feeling overburdened. By actively engaging in what you can do, you project vitality and self-respect, proving you're still an active participant in your own life. Maintaining agency isn't about proving you can do everything alone. It's about showing up with your full capacity, seeking help thoughtfully, and honoring the boundaries of those who support you. This approach not only strengthens relationships, but also fosters a deeper sense of personal fulfillment. Number 12. Pretending you're always right. A lifetime of experience naturally builds confidence in your knowledge and perspective. It's tempting to believe your insights are the definitive truth, but when the need to be right outweighs the value of connection, it can damage relationships. Constantly correcting others, dismissing different viewpoints with, "Trust me, I've been around long enough to know," or insisting your way is the only way can make people feel unheard or dismissed. Over time, this stifles open dialogue and drains the richness from conversations. People may choose superficial small talk or stop sharing their thoughts entirely to avoid conflict. The result is subtle isolation, where your voice dominates but genuine connection fades. True wisdom lies not in proving you're always right, but in balancing confidence with humility, creating space for others to share their perspectives. Share your truths as part of a broader conversation, inviting others to contribute their insights through thoughtful questions and genuine curiosity. This doesn't lessen your life experience, it elevates it. When your words are delivered with care and openness, they carry more weight. By holding your perspective with confidence while remaining open to new ideas, you create an atmosphere of mutual respect where others feel valued and heard. This dynamic turns interactions into something people seek out and appreciate rather than simply endure. True wisdom isn't about always having the last word. It's knowing when to share, when to listen, and how to create space for every voice to flourish. By choosing connection over correctness, you nurture relationships that are rich, reciprocal, and lasting. Thank you for joining me in this journey of self-reflection and growth. We've explored 12 subtle habits that can quietly shape how others perceive us as we age. Now, take a moment to reflect. What have you learned? Which insight surprised you the most? And what small change are you ready to make starting today? Share your thoughts in the comments. Wishing you good health, happiness, and peace. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Healthy Aging Blueprint.